Hi, a very good evening to all of you, and welcome to KP Classes, our one-stop channel where you can get all updates regarding NIFT NID, UCEED, SEED, and other design courses and architecture-related courses. Okay, so let's get started and let's see what is our today's topic. So today's topic is sketching of natural objects, right? Previously, we had seen that we were sketching mostly man-made objects, mostly form-based like cuboidal, um, then your other structures like cylinder, pyramid, right? And day-to-day objects, man-made objects. But now today we are looking at natural objects. What is the significance of it? We'll first try and understand those things. So in most of the design or architecture based questions examination, you have seen there is a certain part which is related to your um, subjective drawing. Okay. Now in this particular subjective part, you are supposed to observe and draw a lot of things that are there in your surrounding. Right. The key is that you need to know your surroundings very well and start observing and see what is there in the nature, what can be picked up and can be used as an inspiration, right? So we should always start with things like dried leaves, flowers, vegetables, fruits. These are the things that we see in our day-to-day life, right? But if I ask you to draw a human figure, if I ask you to draw an animal, you always see human figures, you always see animals. But drawing them through your memory is a task, right? So that is why it is important, and we keep telling our students to um, work on these natural object drawing, okay, as much as drawing as they can do and practice. That is going to be extremely helpful to all our students. So first of all, when we start to draw, as I always say, like don't just start drawing randomly, but pick up a rough sheet. I have picked up a rough sheet and start doing your line drawing exercise. Right? Your line drawing exercises are extremely important. Again, students, they avoid doing this or they forget. So that's why I make it a point to repeat it for you guys again and again, so that you remember. They don't start your drawing just all of a sudden. Always pick up a paper and draw as many lines freehand as possible. Pick up some rough sheets, keep them in front of you, and don't forget to do this bit of practice when you are starting to draw something. Okay, it's like a warm-up exercise. Like when you are going to a gym, what do? You do warm-ups, right? You don't just start doing those exercises all of a sudden. So it's the same thing. It's like a warm-up for your hands, right? We need to have a very smooth hand movement. Draw some curves, lines. Basically, have fun with this, with the paper that you have with you, right? You do not avoid this, and always make it a point to do these line drawing exercises, right? So, a lot of students, they say that when it comes to natural objects, why is it important? And what is the process? So for example, looking at flowers, leaves, vegetables, this is pretty easy, right? Because you have it there in front of you, you can keep them on the table and draw them, right? But when it comes to certain objects like say insects or underwater creature, you cannot really pick them up and keep it on your table and draw them. So in that case, you can take references from books, take references from the internet, but while taking reference, please remember that you're not supposed to draw from existing sketches, right? You better, for example, if you are drawing a seahorse, take an image, take a picture of a seahorse, and then you recreate it on your own. That will be much more better, right? Rather than seeing someone else's sketch and then working on it, right? So yeah, let's get started. So, what do we draw first of all? So, since we see a lot of dried leaves in front of us, around us, so I thought of starting with drawing some dried leaves, right? Because you see them all around. You can pick them up and keep them on the table, keep them on a white sheet, observe them, and then start doing the sketch, right? So, guys, let's get started. So whenever I have kept some dried leaves in front of me, so I'll be looking at them and I'll be drawing them. So whatever leaves you have, now remember it's not like a cylinder or it's not cuboid or something, right? The form is very different, right? It is still a form. It's not 2D. It's 3D. Although there are certain variations, right? So how do we do? I always look for an axis line. For example, my leaf is kept on the table, but it's following a particular axis line, right? So I'm drawing that particular axis line, right? And I prefer using my so say this is a diagonal line that I have drawn, right? So I'm starting with one of the points, the stem of the leaf, and it's curvy. I'm just absorbing the flow of the lines. Right? So I'll start. I have done a very basic line. I do not want to use eraser, but in case you want to use eraser, you can erase. I have deliberately kept my line very light. Okay? So you have to make it a point that whenever, see, it's a natural object, it's delicate, and at the same time, it is 3D. Okay, it is 3D in nature, so you have to be, and there are a lot of deformities. The leaf that I'm looking at, it's not really very perfect. It's maybe broken or it's been eaten by a bug or something. So observe those things, right? Observe those things. At the end of the day, for design students and for architecture students, these understanding of the form gives a very nice, input in terms of taking inspiration. Right now, you can get inspired by this particular product, and you can convert it into maybe a plate or or a dish or something or a decorative item, right? Or a furniture piece. So there are so many possibilities that you can work on. So I've worked on the fine lines. Now the next step is the leaf is pretty dark. I mean, it's not very greenish, it's like light brown or something once it's dry. So no matter what, you'll have to fill in some sort of shading. Now I'm not using colors over here, but I'm just shading it out. So my point is that I'm using 6B right now. You can use you can use a 2B, you can use a 4B depending upon what is easy for you. I'm just quickly giving it a very, very flat shading. Okay, it's very flat. I'm just filling up the space. Now notice that this particular vein in the middle, a lot of students, they would make a dark line on it. Now when I'm looking at it, it's little protruding, so it's appearing light. Okay, it's appearing light to me, this particular part. And the negative area, the sides and all, that is appearing darker to me. So I'm maintaining that. I like to generally use a 10B pencil when I'm doing these sort of sketches. I have the 6B, so I'll have to be content with my 6B pencil only right now for the time being. Now, wherever I'm seeing some deformities or darkness, now I'm gradually darkening it out along with the folds. Right? Also, please notice, since it's kept on a white sheet, the leaf, so it's forming a very dark and there's a lot of light, if you can see in this particular room. So I can see a lot of, there's a dark shadow which is being formed on the base. So please also consider that. So the negative area is kind of dark over here. So accordingly, we'll darken the space out. Can gradually make it darker. No need to make it dark in one go. Now, wherever I'm seeing the deformities, I'm making those spots, those areas a little darker. So there are a lot of folds, twists and turns. So of course, there's no line like over here. There's no definite line. So you have to keep in mind the attribute of that particular object, natural object that you're working on, right? If it doesn't have sharp lines or something, avoid that. Avoid doing that. There's a little bit of smudging happening over here. Got it? So here's we have one of the leaf. So I hope you understood how to go about with the whole thing. Now we'll draw another leaf. Okay, first let me just having your tools, proper tools is very important. Okay, I got my favorite pencil. So, you know, you all will be having some comfort zone in terms of, when you're sketching. So, for example, if I don't have my pencil, the particular pencil which I'm used to using, it becomes a little uncomfortable. So, I always keep looking for it, that where is it? Where is it? So, now I found it and I'm happy, right? So, please also understand what stationery you're comfortable with, right? Which is more useful for you, right? Accordingly, you should proceed with all your sketches. And it's not just about, see, design is not about just drawing beautiful stuff. It's about understanding the form, okay? How something, what are the attributes of a particular thing that you're looking at, right? Um, how it can be used to improvise certain design sensibility, right? So all those things become really very important. So let's look at just a sec. Yeah, let's look at another leaf which is kept there in front of me. Now the orientation is a little different of the leaf which is kept in front of me, right? It's little twisted. So I hope you guys are enjoying these live sessions. As I told you that we will be coming up with these live sessions every week for helping the new students, right? A lot of you must have decided to come into the design field right now. So I would want you to subscribe to our channel and also download our app, which is KP Classes Exam Prep, and you will get a lot of benefits from that app. You have a lot of free videos and tutorials over there, and once you take admission you will be getting a full access to all these study materials, and it's one of its kind app. And we have made it a point to have these interactive sessions with a lot of you students, right, who haven't joined us till now, right, but they can still benefit from us through these live sessions. And I hope you guys are following us, right, and do take maximum benefit of these live sessions. I'll be more than happy to help you out. And if you have certain topics in your mind that you want to see how to work on those particular topics, so please write it down in the comment section, right? And we definitely will come up with solutions for those topics as well. And as you guys know, NIFT results are just out. Like I think yesterday it was out. So again, a lot of students are having queries in terms of um, what what are the criteria of booking a seat, and which particular rank will be getting which particular center, what is common merit rank, and what is category merit rank. You must be having a lot of queries. So kindly call us on the numbers given below on this particular video, and we'll be able to help you and guide you out, right? And for students who could not clear, right? So there's always a next time. If you still have time, you can always prepare for these entrance exams once again. Do not lose heart, do not lose hope, and work hard, and definitely you guys will get through again next year. Yeah. So I have another leaf which is kept in this particular direction. So can I start with the stem? So as you can see, the outlines over here, the outlines are really rough. There are a lot of deformities over here, so I'll draw them out accordingly. Again, I'll pick up my 6B pencil, right, to fill up the space. We given the first shading color. Now I'll start giving a little more detailing. pick up my 10B. Add the shadow. So we have dark shadows forming over here also. Let's smudge it out a little bit. Alright. So yeah, we saw that we have sketched some organic natural stuff. Accordingly, you need to take up a lot of different objects that are there in nature. For example, you can even take up things like seashells, right? They really look pretty, and again, it is. I mean, they don't have, you can say they have a definite form, but again, it's really challenging to draw those things, right? And they look very, very pretty if you color them as well. So I'll just quickly draw a seashell, and they are an amazing source of inspiration, right? For your design entrance exam, you can make so many objects out of it, right? So here, basic, I am making a pearl also inside, and now I will be giving it more detailing. Should always try and sketch it. Do some quick sketching before you start a final sketch. Quick sketching just helps you in a lot of ways. Like you'll get used to certain lines, certain textures. Try not to use too much of eraser. Right? So again, I'll quickly fill up, give it a like a wash sort of a thing. The shell is little beigeish, has grays. It's like a mother of pearl, so a little bit of pearlescent white also. So keeping those things in mind. And making these edges little more diffused because it's not that sharp. There's a little bit of depth and with a lot of deformities as well, this particular area. So keeping in mind. This area is a little more diffused. Can't see too much of lines over there. So blurring it out. Same as here. Give it a little 3D. So I'm just shading the negative area, right? You're shading the negative area and you can see you get a lot of 3D effects. Now I'll come to the positive part as well. Again, the pearl is kept there, so the negative area looks darker. And give a little texture to the base. You need to show the ground, that's really important. right? So yeah, that's about it. You can add more details, but I just wanted to do a quick sketch over here to make you guys understand that what procedure you need to follow and how your movements should be, your line quality should be, and what is the importance. Keep practicing these things as much as you can. They will be really helpful. Your observation will increase, your ability to get inspired by certain natural objects will increase, right? So that's all for today, guys. Kindly subscribe to our channel to be updated with all the live videos that we come up with every weekend, and also download our app, KP Classes Exam Prep app, and take full use of the opportunity that we are providing to you. Okay, so that's all for today, and thank you so much for joining us. Please do write it down in the comment what you like and what more you want to see and what more you want to learn. Okay, so goodbye for now and see you next.